understanding place sentiment. It is the 6th of September. It's my father and my husband's birthday today. How about that? What a useful information for you.
Good Lord.
I know. I'm Polly Barnfield. I'm founder and CEO of Maybe, and Sarah Bassett. Hello, Sarah. How are you today?
Hello. Warm, but rejoicing at the children going back, as I said. Yes, I'm head of growth at Maybe, and I work with all sorts of different organisations, mainly local authorities and business improvement districts, to help them and their local businesses get more from social media.
Excellent. So today, Sarah's done an amazing piece of work for you around showcasing some really exciting AI that we want to share with you all. And that is both relevant for local authorities, and we appreciate that at the moment we're in a period where budget cuts are everywhere, but trying to do more for less is very much the theme, and that works for both local authorities themselves, but also if you are delivering your local business support, how we can do that, basically deliver more for less. We've been working with AI since the beginning of the year. We're inherently a very data-driven platform, and we saw an opportunity to trial using the data we have from over 8 million businesses with GPT that was launched at the end of 2022, and the results have been extraordinary. So be prepared to have your socks blown off and see something you probably didn't expect today. But importantly, you've all got access to it, which is what's really exciting. We're going to show you something today that's in beta that will be coming out June, September. But by virtue of being partners of the High Street Task Force, every local authority in the country can have access to it. So today we're going to show you how to harness social media with AI, how you can inform seasonal campaigns, and look back at what worked in 2022. So if you're scratching your heads thinking about, gosh, how do I get on? Dare I even say the Christmas word when the sun is blazing outside? But actually we did see the first Christmas pack campaigns emerge in September last year. And I was shopping in Morrison's the other day and opening Christmas cakes out. How scary is that? And look also at how AI can help your customer support teams respond unbelievably in multiple languages and deliver beautiful dialogues very, very quickly. And yeah, I think Sarah's saying the early bird catches the worm, dead right there, because actually, let's not be fooled by the sun. Suddenly we're going to be in the midst of Christmas campaigns and everything else. So yeah, let's think about it. So why does this matter? Well, across the world, nearly 5 billion people use social media on a daily basis. This is going to reach close to 6 billion users by 2027. We know from the work we do that businesses really struggle with this, and we're here to provide the tools and training to make it easier for local authorities, local businesses, and everybody else to use social media. We know that from the listening and the data that we do in the UK, that of the 3.9 million businesses we listen to, only 9% post at the weekend when consumers are looking at their feeds most. Only 19% of businesses are active on social media, and only 25% of businesses are spending more than 5 hours a week managing their social media. And if you consider that each of us is spending probably well over 4 hours a day on social media, and if you're talking about your children, many, many more hours, there's something way out of whack here. So we're all about providing tools and services that make it much easier for businesses to use social media to get more, and part of that is about delivering that same data into the High Street Task Force dashboard. So for those of you who've used it, you'll find that you've got digital sentiment, digital participation, which shows you how many local and national organisations are using social media against the potential volume. You've got tools to measure digital activity against footfall, and tools to measure which channels people are using. Now, as I said at the beginning, all of you also have access to the entire Maybe platform that gives you many more tools than this, by virtue of our partnership with the High Street Task Force. So please, if you're not yet using Maybe, do get in touch with us, either in the Q&A during the webinar or at the end of this, because you've all got the right to a license that lets one person in the team use what we're showing you. Again, without wishing to bang on about this, if you look across the UK, these are the top performing areas, and what it's showing is the percentage of businesses that have social media and the percentage of businesses that are active on social media. So if you take, for example, Surrey, right in the middle here, which is a relatively affluent area, ranked 6th in the UK, you've got 25% of the businesses in Surrey have got a social media, and only 9% are active. Now, you start moving the dial there and you see dramatic uplifts in local footfall. We've proven through countless pieces of activity that we've done, that when you can get the businesses in a place talking about the place, footfall goes up. But it all starts with you. And so what we're really focusing on today is how can AI help resolve this challenge? And rather than looking at businesses themselves, and a little bit of that today, but much more, we're looking at how can AI help you as local authorities really engage with communities, deliver a message that draws people in, and keep up with, the challenges that we all face with using technology to deliver a better message, probably on a smaller budget. So we're all about taking the guesswork out of social media, and we do that with AI-powered social media management tools. We collect the data from the largest in the land to the smallest in the land. So again, Nike, BBC, Primark, we've got their data. And that means that our AI starts to learn from what they're doing and how it can be better for you. We also slice all our data up in sectors, so you can look at the best performing local authorities and compare and learn. What are they doing that's worked so well, and how can we do it better? So Sarah's done an amazing piece of work this webinar today. Thank you, Sarah. And the key thing that we're looking at in here is getting ready for Q4. So back to school is upon us. Halloween is about to be the next big thing. Got Diwali, Guy Fawkes, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then all of the other hashtag days. So as well as you've got days like Christmas, you've also got National Read a Book Day, World Alzheimer's Day, World Suicide Prevention Day, and they're all bits of conversations that you should be engaging with, or should you be engaging with, if you're engaged in what content you do, and there's opportunities to have endless meetings and discussions about it. What we're going to show you right now is by looking back at what worked well last year, and by using AI to look forward, how can you do your best work faster and deliver stonking social campaigns with as little effort and time spent as possible? We're also going to show you how you can respond to questions, whether it's about those campaigns or whether it's about parking, council tax, or the bins, and all that other stuff that you have to do too. So, Sarah, you've done some great pieces to start off by celebrating what local authorities are doing already, and then we're going to move on to looking at Q4. Over to you.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. I can't believe it's a month already and we're back. Last month, we looked at how local authorities are using social media, and I thought I'd actually just go and have a quick snapshot into just a few of the top performing local authorities from this month as far as engagements and reach and so on is concerned. Blackpool Council, I mean, just brilliant. If we can go back to Polly, please. That's it. Blackpool Illuminations, what is not to love about that? I mean, it didn't need loads of content. It was a great image. They've talked about Sophie Ellis-Bextor, who's done the switch on. Boom. Look at all those comments and look at all those likes. Great content, really simple, but talking about something that is a definite footfall driver and something the community are proud of.
Great engagement, Sarah. I would just say my only comment on this is a great shame they didn't actually tag Sophie Ellis-Bextor and actually hashtag her. So amazing engagement, but I would say they could have had more noughts on that had they actually tagged her. What do you think?
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, amazing how silly little things make such a huge difference. Great post, but if you'd tagged her, she'd have reshared that with her fan base without doubt.
Liverpool Council, and look, we say this on nearly every single webinar. It doesn't just have to be local conversations that you engage with. Look at the bigger picture. What are the bigger conversations, the national conversations, or even international conversations that you can take part in and localise? And this is a great example from Liverpool Council, congratulating a gold medal for Katerina Johnson-Thompson in the World Athletics Heptathlon. Just brilliant, celebrating things like this is so wonderful. And I love the way they've adorned the council offices as well with congratulations and a medal. But there are so many different ways in which you can create really engaging content around bigger events, wider reaching events that lots of other people will get involved with. So yeah, I thought it's a nice post.
Sorry, just again, a bit of missed opportunity. If they'd tagged World Athletics and Karina Johnson-Thompson, they'd have got even more reach. So fantastic engagement on this. Hats off to Liverpool Council. But again, it's those little tiny things that have got this even more reach and got them even more halo effect.
And then just one more that's just tickled me. I found it amusing. Shropshire Council visit Laura's Tower. And they just start with like the little exclamation, warning, are you named Laura? Do you know a Laura? And then they're basically inviting people to be able to visit Laura's Tower. But I just think this was a really lovely way of getting really fabulous engagement, because who isn't a Laura or doesn't know a Laura? I know several, but I just, yeah. And a lot of the comments are people tagging their friend Laura, but really good reach and a great way of promoting nice piece of heritage. But yeah, just tickled me. I like that.
Well, who knows? But I live in Shropshire. I didn't know about Laura's Tower, and I'm going to visit it. So it's driven footfall for me. And again, look at this. Actually, there's more. There are more comments on here than any of the other posts, and comments puts content into people's feed. So really simple idea. But think about: have you got any places with names? How can you use the same tactics in your local area? Really, really lovely idea. I've not seen that before. Actually, it's worked incredibly well. Worth remembering for any of your place names. Yeah, just lovely. Really simple. Simple stuff works, right?
Absolutely. And, it's always difficult with local authority communications teams. They're so restricted as to how far they can push the boundaries on communication. But actually, this is just faultless, I think. I think it's a great post. So we'll get on with the main agenda of the AI in just a moment. But I also wanted to just go do a little bit of a spotlight onto last autumn and how the conversation started, because we've got lots coming up, as we showed, didn't we? We've got, Halloween, Diwali, back to school, all of those different things, and they all lead up to the big C word. Camden Market, I love this. Autumn Essentials, they've just embraced the seasonality. And they're really good engagement in that post, and it's all about getting people to, we're readying for the chill in the air. Whew, I am slightly today at 31 degrees. I think it is right now.
Embrace it.
I know, it's gorgeous. I love it. So, they use some video, but, really nice colours. Really thought about it, but the platform will be able to give you all of these insights. This is part of what we do, is we help you to find the content that is resonating across any different event or conversation or hashtag or whatever you like, to give you some really inspiring ideas. I like this, the one from the works as well, that we showcased last autumn on the back to school. And they teamed up with a mummy influencer to help them with their back to school campaign, and their back to school, their new swag. Everyone has a new pencil case or a pencil or whatever. So those are just some of the things that we showcased last year. Let's pop onto the next slide. Happy Halloween. It's not far away. And again, a couple we showcased at the end of last year as sort of the best posts and the most engaging posts. This was Shop Silverburn, and this is they've got a Halloween fun fair, Fright Night, and the shopping centre have used Instagram Reels to have a little fun from the fair, and they've used lots of different angles and perspectives to create a buzz and excitement in the content, and it's had really good engagement. And then Fortnum & Masons, and I thought this was really clever, actually, because what they're doing is they're giving a teaser of their Halloween or autumn window displays to encourage people to actually come in store. So they're promoting and talking online, but actually they want people to come in. And he happens to be a chocolate toad. I'm not sure. I'm wildly enthused. It doesn't make me feel very peckish, the thought of eating that, to be fair. But anyway, I thought it was a really nice post. But it's about getting people to come out and visit and be part of the experience. So I thought that was a great post. Next slide.
It's memorable. It's memorable. People will talk about a chocolate toad. So clever social content.
Well, yes. And then, of course, Christmas. Oh, I mean, I'm fascinated to see what the big boys will come up with this year. What's Kevin been up to in Aldi, and Kevin the Carrot? I mean, last year just saw that hilarious storyline that sort of reflected the Home Alone film, and it was just the most brilliant campaign. Everybody was talking about it. So yeah, what's our cheeky little carrot going to be up to this year? Or are they going to do something different? Who knows? And then John Lewis. I've talked about this a lot. In fact, probably nearly every webinar this year, because this really epitomizes the huge change we're seeing in consumer behavior around the value that the consumer has in delivering social value. They want to be able to shop ethically, sustainably, net zero. They want to be able to feel as though the businesses and organizations they're supporting or they're buying things from are going to give something back to the community. And John Lewis absolutely smashed it last year. I'm sure they sold an awful lot of skateboards, but everybody will remember that lovely story and the fact that they really very heartfelt support for children in care. I just thought that was very, very clever positioning. Let's see what this year brings. Move on, please. So early bird catches the worm. So we talk about Q4. So we're talking about autumn, and we're talking about Diwali, and we're talking about all these other lovely events that are coming up. But it was September last year that Marks and Spencer's started talking about their Christmas spread. So maybe as local authorities and businesses and organisations that we support, we need to start helping those businesses and organisations that are local to us be part of that big conversation, because it starts now. Now, I'm going to take you on a little journey in a minute. Probably just going to go through some data around how we can use AI to help you and your businesses create really engaging content.
Thank you, Sarah. I think that's a really good taster. But I think before we look at what Sarah's going to show you, which prepare to have your socks blown off, because it is extraordinary. Just let's remember why it matters so much. So Salesforce have recently just released some data, and it's very much backed up by what we saw last year, which is that during the holiday season, shopping gets more social. So shoppers are increasingly using social to find perfect gifts, to find inspiration. In Q1 of 2023, traffic referral from social channels were up 27% year-over-year. Now we know that last Christmas, I think it was something like 89% of you people were using social to get gift inspirations. But that was before you saw this uplift in Q1 this year. So just if you're not present, whether that is to showcase your place or for your businesses to showcase your products, you're not in people's mind. And so, half of consumers reported going to a physical store to see or buy products that they discovered on their social feeds. That's not our research, that's Salesforce. And I think what we're going to see more and more of is that link between the digital and physical. And if you're not in people's mind before they arrive in a place, the chance of you doing the thing you want them to do is very little. So as Sarah shows you how you can use AI, think very carefully about what are those messages that you want to share with your community, with your audience, with your local businesses. What are the events you're running? And what is the story that you want to tell? Because investing in those things is not enough. Showing and sharing their story on social media is critical to ensure that more people get to see them, because there is such a firm link between what people see and what they do, and where they see is on social media. It's our window on the world. So we're in September. We're starting to look at the great content that's out there, and Sarah is going to talk you through a selection of AI prompts, which are cues that get the AI to deliver a set response to you, that are all available for you in the Maybe platform. and they're ready to create your content for you in any language you like. But the most important thing, this is very different from ChatGPT that you can access on the internet, because this knows who you are. It knows how to be you. It knows all the subtle nuances of how you talk and what you do. So buckle up. We're excited to share this with you. We'd love your feedback. Sarah, over to you.
Thank you. Now you're going to need to concentrate on the driving, because I've got very overexcited with animation on my slides this time. Just before we get there, also available to you and to everybody that comes across maybe, there is a fantastic free download that anyone can get access to, but also includes 100 tasty topics to inspire social media content this September. You can go into the Maybe platform and download that. Really handy tools, some great top tips. But to make it even easier, we have actually built into our social media calendar the every single national day or international day we can find. And you'll see that today happens to be National Read a Book Day. And I'm also going to be having a look at some content around World Suicide Prevention Day, which is coming up on Sunday. When you come into the platform, you can literally click onto that day and it will come up with a suggested post. Happy National Read a Book Day, UK, everyone. Today is all about celebrating books and reading. There's your content already starting to be created for you by the AI. And you'll see halfway down, there's a little AI button that's in blue on here, and you can add hashtags. You can create long form posts. You can create a post that's specifically for Twitter. You can add extra hashtags. You can add your images. So by the time, within literally a few clicks, 3 clicks we've done here, we've created a whole beautiful piece of content with 10 different hashtags around books, book lovers, reading day UK, read a book day, international, and why not take time to curl up with a good book? It's even got emojis in it. I haven't created any of this content. It's been created for me, and then I've been able to curate it using the AI prompts that are built into the platform. So that's just one really quick fire, easy way to create content around these national days. So whether you're a local authority or whether you want to help your businesses create content, there is something created for you in your tone of voice. You can edit and add to and put different images in and video and whatever you want to do with it, but it's just the best place to start. It's a really clever tool. Now we're going to go on.
Then from there, Sarah, I think it's just worth saying, you can then schedule that across your social channels. You don't have to post it right then and there. So literally you can come in and create your content in bulk and schedule it across Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And then the more you schedule, the more we learn what works. The next time you come back, we'll start suggesting content that's more relevant, even more relevant to you. So the more you do, the better it learns. And what's online? We can help you do your best work faster. It's not about AI replacing you. It's about AI helping you to do your best work faster.
Okay, so World Suicide Prevention Day. So you'll see on here that I'm actually in Maybe Tech's own account, and this is our own content scheduling calendar where we schedule all of our content that goes out. And I thought, I'm just going to ask our AI to write me a post about Suicide Prevention Day. So I've clicked into the magic blue button on the bottom right-hand corner. It is magic now, and just asked in chat, write a post about Suicide Prevention Day. Absolutely, here's a post. If you just click again, please, Polly. There you go. I did it a bit bigger so people can see. Today is World Suicide Prevention Day. It's time to raise awareness, promote mental health and well-being. At Maybe, they're using our tone of voice. They're talking about us. It's not just some generic piece of content. It's being created with our tone of voice. That's what's really unique and really clever about this AI. So no matter who you are, what organization you are, it starts to create content that's relevant to you. And so it's given me a nice Facebook post, it's given me a Twitter post, given me an Instagram post. One of the other things I think we're really excited by is that so many of us for so long have been posting the same content across all of our channels. It becomes monotonous. And actually for the user, because quite often I might follow the same person on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, actually you'll notice that the AI is giving slightly different twists on those content, on those posts, depending on the number of characters and the number of hashtags and so on and so forth. But it's really specifically curated to get you the best engagement depending on which platform you're on. So
Sarah,
I thought that was good.
can I jump in for a minute? We've got two questions I'd like to answer publicly, if that's okay.
Yeah.
We've got a question about what fail-safes are in place to prevent all users sharing the same post on all of these days. So on each calendar, our AI understands who you are. It's listening to your content, so it's learning what you're about. So it doesn't. We don't provide all of the days on everybody's calendar. It starts to learn what's more relevant to you. And then on top of that, every post that's created is created based upon the content that you have previously created. So Graham's asked a question, how does AI learn to mimic my tone of voice? And that's based upon all of your previous content. We're also adding the ability for you to be able to upload your blog content, for example, it just automatically read it, or upload your tone of voice documents. So it's no different from another member of your team. You say to it, this is how we speak, and then this is how it speaks. Most importantly, none of this gets posted without you approving it. So it's like having an assistant. It's not doing it all for you. It's meaning you don't end up with a blank sheet of paper. So it's not about doing it automatically. It does it for you, and you improve it and you teach it. It is about doing your best work faster. I hope that answers both your questions. If it doesn't, please let me know. Sorry, Sarah.
No, that's fine. And actually, I think this example is probably going to help. So this is Caerphilly County Borough Council. I thought I'd go into their account and ask exactly the same question. Write a post about Suicide Prevention Day. So if we click again, please, Polly. There you go. So I've done a little highlighted bit. Absolutely. Here's a post for Suicide Prevention Day. Time to promote mental health awareness. Oh, I think you've gone back a slide.
Apologies. I'm driving really fast. I get a job driving example.
Oh, I think it's allowed. It is warm today. There you go. Today's World Suicide Prevention Day. We want to raise awareness and show support for this important cause. So they're talking here, it's essential we come together as a community to break the stigma surrounding mental health. So they're talking in a local authority tone of voice. So in answer to both of your questions, it writes content based on you and your previous content. If you're struggling, and then I've asked it a further question because I wanted to be a bit more specific. So I've said, please include reference to mental health services delivered by the council. And it has edited that post. Here we go. As part of our commitment to mental health support, we wanted to remind you that our council offers a range of services aimed at promoting wellbeing and those providing assistance to those in need. Reach out to, and then insert council mental health services contact information for confidential support and guidance. Let's break the stigma together. So 2 different accounts, completely different organisations, 2 completely different responses
for the same day.
Yeah.
And also, you know, that it's a very serious day that needs treating with huge respect. And actually, sometimes asking your team to create content for, you know, such a spread of things is really hard. And just from a team's perspective, to have that assistance of something else giving you a start is sometimes really, really useful. Because look, it's really tough dealing with creating this new content for a wide range of topics, from very happy to very sensitive, and dealing with all of the queries that come in. If you actually it's a big job. And this just makes it much easier to go, hang on, have I got this right? have I got this right? It's not saying it's the answer to just posting it straight away, but it's much easier to start with something that's already written for you. And we have tested it in many use cases, and very rarely does it miss.
Well, it's made, in fact, I had a really interesting call with somebody that we work with, and they specialise in end-of-life care. And they find it incredibly hard to write content and also to respond appropriately to comments and mentions. They absolutely love this AI. It's made such a massive difference to them, and especially their junior members of the team who don't necessarily understand or aren't perhaps quite so articulate. So it has been a really useful tool for them. Okay, let's go and have another look. Oh yes, Polly, you can do these too. These responding to comments and mentions.
Thank you, Sarah.
Oh, well, I just thought I'd let you have a go.
Thank you. So yeah, not only does it create content, but it can also learn to respond for you, because as Sarah mentioned, you know, there are, as somebody who's managing social media, you've also got a massive task of not just creating it, but you've got to respond to comments, both positive and negative. You've got to engage with all the mentions on different posts, and actually you're covering a huge plethora of topics and subjects which you can't possibly be on top of. And so what the AI does is any comment or mention, you can ask it to draft the response for you. And so here you can see that the post says, pond dipping, bug hunting, bug hotel building. Well, who would have thought you'd do all this at Waste Recycling Visiting Centre? Fantastic day. And it's thanking the council, it's thanking Gateshead Council, get in touch for raise a session, all the rest of it. So how does somebody respond to that? Well, imagine AI drafting it for you. That sounds like an amazing day. And this happens in seconds. It happens as fast as I just press this button. That sounds like an amazing day at the Waste and Recycling Visitor Education Centre Sunday. It's great to hear you had an opportunity to engage in activities like pond dipping, bug hunting, You get it. For an individual to have written that would take a long time. For the AI to write it, an individual look at it and go, yeah, that's good, and hit send. You can get work done faster. We've had other interesting use cases, for example, universities, when during clearing, they possibly have quite a small team, but during clearing, they are inundated on social media with inquiries, and the team find it really tough to respond. But with this, they can deliver really in-depth responses, because imagine having to write each response the same length with the same amount of detail, because every student is worth a lot of money to them. And that's where this sort of tech becomes incredibly valuable. And believe me, if you're sat on the end of responding to problems about potholes or bins, this saves a lot of time, and delivers a much better experience for the user. And this is the example of how it can work for an independent business as well. So this is a retailer that's on our platform. She has developed a really significant online revenue, as well as driven footfall to her stores. But what she's saying is what she's finding, for example, is I sent you guys a deal, and I think you may have ended up in a request, or maybe just a don't underground text. I hope you want to check on it. So she missed this one, but the AI gave her the response, which is, hi there, thank you for reaching out to us. We apologise, message ended up in the request folder. We value every message and strive to respond to all inquiries as soon as possible. We appreciate it. Yada, yada, yada. What we are doing is we've done a test with this, and we're now actually going to draft the responses on the interface. So literally you can go and say, yeah, send. This lady just said, I've been away this summer, I've missed it. How can you make it do it faster for me? Because it's so hard keeping up with the demand that you create if you're doing your job well. So the AI can draft the response for you. Her use case, actually, she shared with us one the other day where she had somebody comment on one of her posts in Spanish. She doesn't speak Spanish, and the AI delivered the response back for her in Spanish. We had it retranslated to English, and it was flawless. And so it just enables even the smallest local business to start to internationalize and respond to content as well. So to be clear, this is the AI drafting responses to comments and mentions in any language. So Sarah's now going to talk to you more about a feature that is in beta at the moment. We're due to release it during September. We're incredibly excited about it. What we have done is written what are now become called prompts for users. Those of you that don't know what prompts are, they are instructions for AI to do something. We've broken them up into a range of sections. and they are instructions for the AI to do something for you. So it could be draft an introductory email introducing a company. It could be writing a press release. It could be finding influencers. It could be anything you like. I don't know what Sarah's asked for. So Sarah, over to you. Oh, I've got, before we go on, there's a question here. Let me see if there's a question here. Do you think tools like this could be the... Oh, can I ask that? There's another question here. I'm going to read it out loud. It's rather an interesting one. Do
It's
you
a great
think
question.
tools like this could be the death of breakout branding, like the infamous Aldi MS debacle, guerrilla marketing? No, I actually think that they will inspire more. So let me be really clear about this. This is only as good as the information you feed it on. So if your content is a bit meh, this will be a bit meh. You can say to it, can you make it funnier? Can you make it longer? Can you make it shorter? Can you make it faster? Can you make it Spanish? But fundamentally, it's just the same as having assistants. If you don't give them good instructions, they can't do the work. So I don't think this is about everything becoming grey. I think it's about us, in a world where we've got to do more for less. This is a way of doing your best work faster. So be your brilliant self, but use a tool to do the grunt to make it better. It's a great question here from Dan. I hope that helped. Lovely question from Dan. I really value what AI can do. I love that it makes something sound so much more interesting and engaging. It creates a sense of excitement about putting the post out there. The results have been rewarding with more likes, more shares, more followers to the page. Dan, thank you. I'd be fascinated to see, are you doing that using AI?
Yes, using maybe AI. Yeah, Salisbury.
Fantastic.
No,
So Dan, that's somebody using maybe AI saying, I love that it makes something sound so much more interesting and engaging. Dan, I'd love to, if you want to drop in again. I think what we're really excited about, and the reason we haven't made a big song and dance about releasing this yet, is because what we wanted to do was make this very different from GPT in that with GPT, you can ask it to do something, and you're absolutely right. If we all ask it the same thing, it all gives us the same answer. What is totally different about this integration is the AI is learning to be you without you having to do any programming or complex integration. Literally, by signing into Maybe and connecting your social accounts, it learns to be you based on what I posted before. We are blown away by how quickly it learns. And we're now working out how we can give it more information so you can log it into policies and everything else. So it literally becomes an incredibly valuable member of your team. And please, everybody that's using it, give us feedback, and if not using it, please start using it, give us more feedback, because we are really excited about what it can do for us. Thank you for that. Sarah, I will start pressing buttons, and it's your go again now.
My turn. Okay, so as Polly says, this is in beta, which means in testing, but they are amazing, and I've been doing lots of testing with them. So this is essentially a whole load of prompts that have been written for you in short form, and we've got our tech has written the long form prompt to give you the perfect answer behind the button, but you get a page of all sorts of buttons. So I've put, what can I post about to gain the most engagement? There you go. Now, this is Caerphilly County Borough Council, and you will see that the AI has gone back through their content. It says, number one, share community success stories, highlight local achievements such as the opening of the Clough Court Aaron Ramsey at Trinity Fields School. It knows that. I haven't told it that. The AI has learnt that from previous content. Inform about upcoming changes. Use your platform to inform residents about important updates, like the introduction of 20-mile-an-hour limits across Wales. Brilliant. Celebrate achievements and partnerships. So this is providing bespoke advice to this local authority about the types of content that's worked for them already and to do more of it, and some of the ideas around what they could be posting, which I just think is game-changing. And actually, until I pressed that button this morning when I was putting this together, I didn't know it would localize it quite to this extent. But this is the type of content it can do for you. And in fact, it's given 5 different ideas. and all of which are localized. And then gives a really nice top tip at the end. Remember to use engaging visuals, ask questions, encourage your audience to share their thoughts and experiences in the comments. So it's recommending that they drive more engagement. Tailoring your content to meet the specific needs and interests of your community will help you gain the most engagement. I think that's really useful. Come into maybe and find out what it suggests for you to post to gain more engagement in your content.
Great. What have you picked next, Sarah?
Well, this, I'm going back to Laura & Co, who is our lovely lady that sells beautiful clothes and costs me a fortune every time I go on her website. But anyway, I've asked it to generate ad copy that encourages viewers to share or tag their friends who may be interested. Okay. So I've come into her account, opened her calendar, asked the question. There you go. And this is the response. Calling all fashion enthusiasts. Looking for the perfect outfit that will turn heads? Look no further. Laura & Co has got you covered with our fabulous collection of trendy fashion pieces. Tag a friend who needs a style upgrade. Share the love and let them discover the hottest fashion trends with Laura & Co. Together, let's embrace our unique style. And it's given, you know, even her hashtag in there. It starts to learn which are your most used hashtags. Okay, I like it. But go on.
I think, Sarah, one of the sort of real reasons that we've committed to this is that because of all the local business support we've done, one of the things that we discovered is just the sheer fear of a blank sheet of paper. That, you know, whenever we have a workshop, no matter what level it is, actually the question tends to come back to, what shall I write?
Yeah, I don't know what to post.
What shall I post? Or where do I start? Or actually, I'm not very good at copywriting. And so the reason that we've really focused on, you know, help me write the thing is because the gap, whether you're working for an organization with 1,000 people or whether you are on one-man band, the challenge that social presents is how do I continue to be creative every single day? So not only can you use it as local authorities, you know, if we're working with you delivering local business support, you're giving every business at least another employee, probably more, because what you're doing is giving them a way to create content, which is really hard. It's an additional business skill that very few of us have got. To be a beautiful wordsmith is hard. And it's much easier to edit this than it is to create it. Sorry.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And
not only will it do that, Sarah, it will then go boom.
Well, exactly. So please make this more amusing. So attention all fashionistas and their fabulous crew, ready for fashion adventure. So it's kind of zhuzhed it up a bit. Join the squad for some seriously stylish shenanigans. Brilliant. Now, this is the lady that has quite a lot of orders that come from Spain. So actually, I've said, please now translate this into Spanish and add more emojis. That's what I want it to do. And that's exactly what it has done in 2 seconds. Amazing, isn't it?
Incredible. Any questions, please fire them in. Right, here we go. Keep going.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you might say, what am I doing on Visit Leicester's Diwali webpage? Well, this is another really snazzy tool that we built into the AI. So I've taken the URL, which is the web page address with the /Diwali. There's content in this as a blog. And I've asked the AI to write me a series of posts based on the blog. Click again. Should highlight. So I'm in Leicester City Council's account. There we go. Sure. So it's literally gone to this web page. All I've done is put the URL in here. Sure, here's some Instagram posts based on the Diwali blog from Visit Leicester. So it even knows who's written the blog and what it's about. There you go, Diwali, the Festival of Lights just around the corner. Experience the vibrant celebrations right here in Leicester. Light displays, Indian cuisine, something for everybody. Check out our website. Get ready to be dazzled, the Golden Mile. So it's literally created those posts. Now, what about the more diverse, the Hindu community in Leicester? Are they all English speaking? I would doubt it. So I've said, please translate post number 1, which is Diwali, the Light Festival, into Hindi. And that's exactly what it's done. Now, it does recommend that it's a general translation, and it may vary depending on context, and it's a good idea to have a native speaker review the translation, or for cultural relevance and so on, just to make sure. But I can assure you it'll be 99, if not 100% perfect. So you're able to reach different audiences in your community. We've got a Turkish barber he's in Hackney, and he loves our platform because he puts every single post in English and Turkish, because actually he wants to reach both audiences. Caerphilly County Borough Council love our platform because they have to deliver all of their posts in English and Welsh. The platform and our AI does it for them. So just thought that was quite a nice example. But yeah, point it at a blog, point it at an article. It doesn't even have to be an article you own. It might be that there's a particularly interesting, I don't know, Birmingham City Council going into administration. Well, bankruptcy, or as of sorts. Maybe you want to point at a news article and create some content around that. I mean, anything you like, just point at a URL. It will create you the content in your tone of voice.
A statement in the question: I would be cautious about the language guarantee. 99 out of 100%. No current AI is only specialized translation tutors. Very fair point on the translation. We're not saying it is perfect, but I am saying to you that it's a lot better than I could do, or we could do by ourselves. So yeah, I agree with you. No AI is saying it's 99% perfect, but it's a big step forward. And yeah, very fair point. I think 99%, Sarah, you've had a slight rap on the knuckles there. Not quite, but you're being
quite
enthusiastic. A bit enthusiastic, yeah. So is it perfect? No, but it does offer you 240 languages, and I do believe it is a big step forward in communication, because it means that you can make a better effort at communicating in all languages. Agreed, it might not be 100% correct, but as my team knows, nor is my communication, because I am the queen of typos, even in my own language. So apologies. And Sarah, yeah, not quite 99%. Just moving on, how are we doing on time? Sarah, next one.
Keith Scarrett, another one of our superstars, a fabulous shoe lady from Cheltenham. She's been using our platform for many years. And one of the things that we know a lot of our users are particularly interested in is how well they're doing in comparison to their competitor. So I've literally come to the prompts page and said, how can I find out how well I'm doing against my competitor? So it's coming into how you can use the platform to do that. So to find out how well you're doing in social, you can use maybe our platform allows you to compare social media performance to any business. And then it gives you the instructions of exactly where you need to go, what you need to click, and how to do it. And then links to more articles.
And I think the key thing here, Sarah, is that a lot of smaller businesses struggle with knowing where to start. And we believe that giving them tools to not only create content, but be able to follow in the footsteps of giants or their competitors, local competitors, makes it much easier to get better faster. And so from here, you can then suggest influencers they can work with and give them access to all of the things that they can't currently do. So how will maybe platform help my business? Suddenly all those things that people had to go to workshops for to discover, they've got at their fingertips 24/7. We now don't not only does this write content for you it will tell you how to do anything. So you could say, how do I create a reel? How do I create a social campaign? How do I launch a how do I create my TikTok account? All of the answers are in the AI too. So it's not just about creating your content. It's about answering all those questions that businesses have. How do I create an audience? How do I boost my post? Both the platform can do it, but it will hold your hand and show you how to do it 24/7. All of our support is now delivered by AI with a human overview. So you ask a question, if you go to the platform right now and ask a question, you'll get an immediate answer based off our knowledge base. And you're asked to rate it. If we see unhappy customers, we get back in. But this for us is a revelation with business support because it means people can get answers immediately. Sarah, over to you. I can't speak.
You got a tickle, Polly.
COVID.
I know, COVID.
Yeah.
Rubbish. You've been quite poorly with it, haven't you? Yes, so I think that kind of brings me to the end of the examples I wanted to show you of the different things that maybe AI can do. I urge you to log in to your Maybe account. If you haven't got one, get in touch with me. I'm Sarah at maybetech.com, and we can get one set up for you and come and have a play for yourselves, because getting social media right is really hard. Doesn't matter whether you're, head of communications at London Borough of Westminster, or whether you are, the Turkish barber in Hackney. It's really hard. We make it easy. The AI that we've built takes care of everything for you. It will help you craft engaging content. It will help you find the right hashtags. It will deliver the right emojis. It will help you translate. It will adjust your tone, summarize your content, and even build audiences. And we deliver social media training and expert help whenever you need it. We have live daily training sessions at 10 o'clock, where you can learn more about the platform and the AI, more about social media tips and tricks. You can come and see the best of independent content from across the UK every Wednesday, or it might be a different topic or a showcase, or might be looking at an area, a geographical area. On a Thursday, you can get started with social media advertising. On Friday, you can come to a masterclass on social media advertising. We also have a video training hub with about 400 video training articles in there, all bite-sized, really easy to access. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. And in fact, we deliver not only do we deliver you the platform to manage your own social media as a local authority or a bid or any organisation, but we also provide local business support at scale. So in the last year, we've worked with over 100 local authorities on CRF, Welcome Back, and ERDF projects. We're partners, as you can see, on the High Street Task Force, who we're delivering it on behalf of. We've sent 2 million emails, training emails to local businesses. We've done £20 million in match funding. We've trained 25,000 businesses. So if you need any help, either with your own social media and accessing the Maybe account, or you'd like to know more about how you can support local businesses to have access to this, do please get in touch. I'm Sarah at maybetech.com.
Sarah, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. You've been a great audience. And you've had some lovely questions. We've still got some to answer privately. I'm conscious that we've still got a bit of time. So, through our contract with the High Street Task Force, every local authority has. Oh, look at that! Disappeared. Excuse me. Come back. Come back.
You lost your.
Come back. Oh dear. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. Through our contract with the High Street Task Force, every local authority has access to Maybe. Sarah's your lady to make everything happen. Please do get in touch, because you could all have access to everything that we've shown you today. That's included, that's you turn up and you will have access, end of. If you'd like us to talk about how we can deliver local physical sport, that's a different conversation, but Sarah manages the whole thing. Thank you all so much. Sarah, I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to leave you to close, and look forward to seeing you this time next month.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. That's September wrapped. Crikey, September. Look forward to seeing you same time, same place in October, and where we'll be able to show you some more insights, some different prompts, and talk through perhaps a little bit more how we move into Q1 2024. If you need anything in the meantime, have any questions, then contact me. I'm sarah@mavytech.com. Thank you very much for having us, and see you next time.